So my name is Dondi Johnson, and I'm a graduate of Our Daily Rest. The situation that happened was I was in a living situation that I need to get out of, and I'd recently had wrecked my truck, and so I was out of work, and I had to quit my job because I couldn't commute from all the way from Fairplay to Anderson. I had to figure out something of what I was going to do, and so I went there, spent a few hours outside, waiting until they could do the interviews to intake some more people. And so I waited, and I just did the application process. I didn't really know any background of how the program worked or how they were. It was just a gut feeling. And it was a good experience for me to learn how to set up routines and how to take care of your home and stuff like that, because you have to have chores and stuff and do that every single day. So the relationships were mainly with, I would say, the staff there, with my counselor, Shannon. She was a big influence to me. It was a really good experience with them, and then I learned quite a few things from them. The most important thing that I learned from her is how to view life. And, she taught me that life isn't without trouble. You have your ups and downs, that you can get through the things, the bads, and of course there'll be the good on the other side. So yeah, I got started there, and we got to job searching. I think you have like a week to do that when you first get there. And I applied to quite a few different places, and I ended up working at Chick-fil-A. It was a really great place to start off, and it's a really great team to work with. I worked there for a while, and while you work, you start to build up your savings and everything, and then go through your counseling sessions and everything and see how things are progressing, or even just talk about how you're feeling and stuff like that. I was struggling with depression while I was there, and struggling with the image of, because I have a 3-year-old daughter. So I was struggling with the image of, life happens, so I'm not really a failure because of that, but that was my thinking. I couldn't spend time with my daughter like how I could if I was out of there. At one point, I think sometime in November, Shannon recommended that I get a mentor. And that mentor was Don Harper. And I met them through the Utica dinner that they serve every so often. They said that I really left an impression on them just because of the way I acted and the way I dressed that night. And they invited me to church, and I didn't really push on it. I met him again because he was going to be my mentor, and then our relationship grew and grew. And then eventually, we started going to church together, and right off the bat, he invited me to church, and that's where our relationship started to grow. Took me under their wing and showed me a lot and taught me a lot. And so time went on, and I wasn't a Christian at this point. I got to a point where I was ready to have a confession of faith. And so we went through that with, Don called me up, and we went through that in Our Daily Rest, just in my bunk bed over the phone. And then, so I accepted Christ there. The whole reason was for it is because they took me under their wing, and they didn't know who I was. And that really touched my heart, and it showed me how much of God's love pours out from others. And experiencing God's love from others, that's really what kind of struck my heart to do that. In January is when I had my baptism, and so I became a member at Utica, and I've been going there ever since. And that's really where my life has changed, is being as a new believer and being at this church, at such loving church. They supported me a lot. I couldn't thank them enough. Like it's beyond what they've done for me. Yeah, so I would definitely say to make the call to Our Daily Rest to see what help they could offer to you, and to go there, because I do firmly believe that God has a plan for all of us, and the situations that kind of happen fall into place. Wherever you are in life right now, it is temporary. If I didn't know about it, I definitely would not be in the place where I was. I probably wouldn't even be a Christian right now. Sometimes it is hard to ask for help, but there are people out there that are willing to help. So my name is Dondi Johnson, and I'm a living testimony that Our Daily Rest offers hope to home.